Welcome to the vast and fertile Bezeq Valley, sitting 420 meters below the peak of Mount Bezeq. Nestled between Samaria and the Jordan Valley, and positioned near a major cross-mountain trade route, this historic landscape is the likely site where King Saul assembled a massive army of 330,000 men to launch a surprise dawn attack that changed the course of history. Just south of the Bezeq Valley lies Wadi el-Kashne, a narrow pass that once carried ancient biblical trade between Samaria and the Jordan River crossing. A branch of this historic route wound directly between two settlements, Upper and Lower Bezeq. Upper Bezeq village was established in the Iron Age, while Lower Bezeq was a later expansion during the Byzantine period. In this video, we are diving in to explore the ancient village of Lower Khirbet Ibziq el Tachta. Stretching across 38 dunams, the remnants of this Byzantine village trace the path of an ancient Roman road built along the eastern foothills of Mount Bezeq, seen here in the background. The village was built across two ridges, with a ravine separating the two sections. The landscape is dotted with the fallen walls of dozens of structures and courtyards, historic water cisterns, and over 70 burial caves. Let's take a closer look at one of the village farmhouses. The structures are built with large, hewn fieldstones. The local rock is limestone. Walls surround the complex and divided into several sections. A burial cave was cut into the rock, with a buried arxolia, an arched recess used as a place of entombment. A cross was carved above the inner opening. Nearby is another cave. This cave has a modern fence and was converted into a storage area or animal pen. According to previous surveys and the items we found here today, the majority of the ceramics and the glass are dated to the Byzantine period, and some are early Muslim and modern periods. Nearby is an olive orchard. Olive cultivation replaced many Byzantine period vineyards and became the primary source of agricultural income due to the Islamic prohibition on alcohol. The orchard contains several stone heaps. In ancient agriculture, a large, deliberate square stone heap inside a grove typically served one of two purposes. First, a shomera, watchman's booth, a functional, dry stone tower used during harvest seasons. A watchman slept on the flat roof to guard crops from thieves, while the cool ground floor stored tools and produce. Second, a field clearance cairn. If the heap lacks an interior or structural corners, it is likely a clearing pile. Ancient farmers cleared rocky terrain to protect their plows, piling the stones along property boundaries or on unfarmable bedrock. Over generations, these seasonal clearings grew into massive, organized stone platforms. On the periphery of the olive grove, we documented an additional complex featuring a combination of rock-cut burial caves and agricultural installations. The first burial cave exhibits features characteristic of traditional multi-stage burial practices common to the region from the Hellenistic through the Byzantine periods. Primary burial phase. The interior layout includes a rock-cut flat burial bench, shelf. This feature was designed for primary inhumation, where the body was laid out to decompose naturally over the course of roughly 1 year. Secondary burial phase, ossulegium. Once decomposition was complete, family members returned to collect the skeletal remains. These bones were then gathered and relocated to smaller, deep niches carved into the chamber walls, loculi or kokim, or placed into stone ossuaries, bone boxes, to clear the main bench for future family deaths. Nearby lies another burial complex, featuring an above-ground structure built directly over a subterranean cave and sheltered by a vaulted stone roof. Access to the burial tombs is restricted by a monumental facade wall containing a central doorway and 3 side windows. This partition wall clearly demonstrates two distinct construction phases. Passing through the facade wall's doorway reveals a surprising interior layout. While traditional burial niches, kokim or benches, are present along the chamber floor, the upper walls are densely carved with dozens of small, uniform, square niches. This indicates that during a separate historical phase, the tomb was modified into a columbarium, a specialized facility for raising pigeons and doves. In ancient agriculture, these birds were vital, providing a reliable source of meat and highly concentrated, nitrogen-rich fertilizer for surrounding orchards and vineyards. Showing its enduring appeal, a single bird was observed nesting inside the opening in the roof. The primary archaeological question remaining is the site's relative chronology. Was the structure originally cut as a burial space and later converted into a columbarium? Or did the agricultural reuse precede the installation of the floor tombs? Behind the two burial caves lies an ancient cistern, which served as the primary water source for the local villagers. We conclude this survey video with a sweeping view from the summit of Ras e Salame, standing 330 meters above the twin villages of Khirbet Ibziq. If you enjoyed this exploration, please subscribe to the BibleWalks.com channel for more walkthroughs of biblical and historical sites.